To reach the monument, as it's now known, you need to pass through an archway, a portal perhaps, to another world, another time. Giant slabs of stone stand at unusual angles, perfectly parallel. Here, what seems to be a drainage ditch, emptying into a small pool. And here, space like a room, carved into the recesses of the rock. Nearby are the terraces, massive stone steps, all perpendicular. My guide has been diving all over the world for nearly 40 years. He's never seen anything like it. He believes it could be a giant pyramid.
それがみんな向きがみんな南側なんですね。南を向いてるという。
Of the Coriolis effect. On the Earth, you find the same Coriolis effect. For instance, the weather has, the patterns of the weather goes down to the equator, gets hotter, and then goes back up to the North Pole and back down towards the equator, and so on. And the one from the South Pole goes from the South Pole to the equator and back down, creating this exact dynamic. And I thought it was interesting, although I didn't mention it at the APS, that the view of these dynamics from above is a yin and a yang. Yang. And yin yang, I'm sorry.
And what it does is that when you learn about these world boundary conditions, and you have control over superconductivity, then you have a control over flight through the universe, everything. And this is what we're learning about right now. So what is happening is that the three parts of the yin and yang, you only see the yin and yang oscillating back and forth. But the yin and yang does not connect the pyramid on the base. You have the 9 in the center.
Now we have the key to creation, the key to universal forces. I found eventually that the key was geometry. In a boundary is the possibility of infinite division, and thus infinities and finite structures are complementary. If our universe is expanding, then there must be something contracting, there must be some compression happening in order to get expansion. There must be a feedback between the expansion and the contraction. And the fact that we could start to see the information feedback loop between the radiative side and the contractive side starts to open a whole new field of physics. So basically Einstein said, gravity is the result of space-time curving like the surface of a trampoline. What we say in this paper, yes, and when space-time curve, it doesn't just curve, but it curls, just like water going down the drain, and that generates spin. And that's the source of the spin of all things. Now, when you look in nature, you can see these dynamics. Taking these principles and applying them to yourself, you could start to visualize, you could start to imagine, you could start to experience that maybe within the confine of the finite structure that you're in is the potential of infinite division, the potential of infinite amount of information. You're transferring that information through your boundary to the infinite of the universe within yourself. Everything we see in the universe is just division of that energy density of the vacuum in various scales. The biological resolution is the link between the large and the small. You are the event horizon. Instead of seeing yourself as an insignificant little dot that means nothing to the universe, you start to see yourself as the center of creation. Everyone else is the center of their universe as well. And thus, we are all equal and we're all one.